Hey folks, I'm an absolute imbecile. John. And today I want to talk about timbre. Timbre. We have lots of different instruments, and the reason we have lots of instruments is because they sound different. And what makes instruments sound different? Because this instrument can play an A, and this instrument can play an A, and so can this one, so can this one, and so can this one. Or this is... What is timbre? Provided by a high school student who is not actually qualified to talk about such things. So, I'm going to split this video into 4 qualities of sound, and right now you might be asking, John, how are you going to transition into the meat of this video without being super awkward like how you normally are? Well, dear viewer, sound is often visualized like a wave. Amplitude is this part, and it represents how loud we perceive the sound. Bigger the wave, larger the amplitude, the better. Louder. Actually, quiet can be better too. It's how you use the music in relation to volume. Size doesn't matter. That's it. It's not that complicated. Next! ADSR stands for attack, decay, sustain, and release. Attack is how sudden the sound reaches peak volume. So basically how hard the sound is. Decay is how long it takes for sound to reach a sustain level of tone from peak volume. Sustain is the body of the sound, normally the largest part of the sound, the longest. Release is how long it takes the sound to... Looking at a graph is the best way to kind of see what this means. Now you may be asking, but John, the graphs show how often the sound happens, and isn't that what pitch looks like? No, that's a different graph. Don't get ahead of me. How disrespectful. This graph shows the amplitude level over time, dumbass. Completely unrelated, if you were wondering, this is exactly what my train of thought sounds like all the time. Still with me? We're getting to the wacky, silly, wild stuff that I find super interesting in just a minute. Hold tight. Frequency is the pitch of the sound. That is how often something vibrates. Pitch is measured in hertz. For example, if a perfect sine wave at 440 hertz, that sounds like this. Different instruments have different pitch ranges, so I don't know where I was going with that. If you could double that to 880, you get... which is exactly 1 octave up. By doing more math, you can get other things like fifths at a 3:2 ratio, which is about 660 hertz, and that sounds like... And at 4 1/3 ratio, you can get 587 hertz, which is an interval called a major third. By combining these nice math ratios, you get nice chords. When the math gets scary, like 16/15, the sound gets pretty ugly. So basically, your brain is designed to not like ugly math. Here's where things get a little crazy, and this is kind of what I really wanted to talk about. Remember earlier how I said that pitch happens? Turns out the pitch I was talking about earlier is just a fundamental pitch. But above that pitch, there are an infinite number of other sound waves occurring above the actual pitch. And these are all audible. Why is this happening? Hell if I know. I want to be a music major, not a physics major. The overtones are listed. Those little numbers above represent sense and stuff. That would take another video to explain what that means. Let's just say that they're not in tune with the piano, so you need to make some adjustments to make them in tune. Just let me keep going. You're not explaining this correctly. Damn straight I'm not. Who do you think I am, a teacher? On most instruments, tone is defined as the volume of different overtones. So if I go, oh, then the volume of the lower of the overtone series is louder. But if I go, then the higher overtones are louder. And that's how you distinguish a violin from a trumpet, or a terrible trombone from good trombone, even though the pitches may be different. In conclusion, music whack. I hope you learned something. Probably didn't though, because I have crippling self-doubt. Thanks for watching, friends. Might make more if I get good response and some self-validation from this video, but yeah, who knows.